Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn. During the last part of this hour, we're going to talk with Tom Stevens, who's invented the Tombot. It's a robot dog, and it's designed for seniors who don't want to clean up poop. I'm making that part up, but we'll find out more about that as Late Night Health continues. Right now, we go to Brooklyn, New York, home of great food, all kinds of interesting things, and Anthony Losquadro, who is the founder of Intaction. And we're going to be talking about circumcision right now. Anthony, do you believe that circumcision is genitalia, mutilation? That's the only word I can think of.
It goes under a number of terms. First of all, Mark, thanks for having me on the show. It's great speaking with you. It goes under a number of terms. It could be considered genital mutilation. It could also be called genital cutting. Circumcision is really just a euphemism. It's just a way to put lipstick on a pig, so to speak. It's to make people feel like they're doing something that's important when really what they're doing is cutting their son's genitals.
Well, we're not going to talk about the religious aspect. I actually know. Knowing that you were going to be coming on the show, I reached out to a friend of mine who's a Orthodox Hasidic rabbi. And I said, what do you think about circumcision? And, of course, his answer was, for Jewish boys, I want it. I believe in it. He said, for non-Jewish boys, it's a personal thing. He said, it's if they, somebody wants to have it done, there's no reason other than a religious reason to do it. And I did some research over the weekend. A lot of reports that if you're circumcised, your partner, a woman partner has less chance of cervical cancer. Been disproved. All kinds of activities about circumcision, starting from 1932 through the 60s, have all been disproved, that circumcision is not any better for either the man, preventing penile cancer, or contributing some kind of cancer to women. So why are we still doing it, Anthony?
Yeah, well, Mark, you're exactly right on all those points. There's no medical association around the world that recommends this being done to babies. And in fact, 22 medical associations specifically say, do not circumcise babies. The health benefits are absent, and the risks are there. And if nature puts something on our bodies, foreskin has important anatomical features. It has what we call the 4 powers of foreskin, which is pleasure, protection, lubrication, and connection. Nature put it on our bodies for a reason. So, we have to think about, when the rest of the world is not doing this, the majority of the world does not do this. America is an outlier. We have to question, why are we doing it here in America, and why is it continued?
Well, one of the things that, I know this is going to sound terrible, but, going into a public restroom, all right, I always wash my hands afterwards. But I see a lot of men not washing their hands. And I have to make a connection between washing my hands and washing a foreskin. Okay? That it's not kept clean. Does it have to be kept clean? It should be. I wash under my arms. I wash my face. I would think if I had a foreskin that I would keep it clean. I'm asking if most adult males do.
I think most do. We all, hopefully everyone brushes their teeth in the morning. And you have to clean your body and practice some basic hygiene. The foreskin really requires no extra care. When you're bathing, just a quick wash. I think people, they obsess over this is something that needs to be clean, like it's so much of an effort. Maybe they have an overactive imagination of how well endowed they are, and it's so big it's going to take a long time to clean. I don't know, but I think for most men it's a very 2 or 3 seconds of some water in the shower, and you're good to go.
And maybe some soap.
Internally, you don't really want to use too much soap there. It'd be like putting soap in your mouth. So just some rinsing it off with some water is generally enough.
Oh, that's interesting. Is it harmful?
Is what harmful?
Circumcision.
It's very harmful. First of all, it disrupts the natural male anatomy. I mean, like I said earlier, nature put this on our body for a reason, so you shouldn't take it off.
So wait a second. What is the reason nature put it there? What's it for?
Well, the foreskin has over 20,000 specialized nerve endings, which gives much more definition and feeling during sex. It keeps the end of the penis covered, so the skin stays moist and supple and flexible. It provides, a better connection with your partner, because your partner's intact, hopefully, and you're intact, and it's just an overall better experience. It's the way we were meant. It's a natural experience.
What do you mean by flexible?
Well, the foreskin produces emollients that are substances that make the skin soft and flexible, and it's a stretchy material. It's kind of like your eyelid. It's like an eyelid where the eyelid covers the eye and keeps it protected. Well, your foreskin covers the end of your penis and keeps the skin moist and flexible. Without it, when it's removed, then everything gets dried out and keratinized, or cornification is the technical name. Skin becomes dried out, leathery, and cracked, and that's not great for an optimal experience.
I'm thinking I want to check, but I don't think the guys here in the studio would let me. I wanted to see.
Well, we'll just take your word for it.
Okay, I'm not chapped. That's the only word that I can think of. In my research, getting ready for you, Anthony, I actually went on to the David statue by Michelangelo.
Yeah.
And it was interesting because we're not sure of Michelangelo's sexual proclivity. Okay, it seems that he may have been gay, as I remember. However, he carved the foreskin on David. I mean, it's there, it's intact, and I found a very close up, probably too much of a close-up. What I did notice was that he was shaved, and that was centuries before it was popular. There was no hair on David's body at all, any place.
Well, I've been to Florence, Italy, and I've seen the David statue in person. And my take on it is that Michelangelo created that in that he was depicting the beauty and symmetry of the human body as, in our most optimum state. David is a young man. And
it should happen to me. I mean, I should look like that.
We all should. But what's interesting is he depicted David with the foreskin as intact. He thought that was, in terms of aesthetics and beauty, that was the ultimate, human form to be. He didn't depict him as being circumcised, even though that was David, which was a Jewish figure, which in history he would have been circumcised.
He would have been, and I believe baby Jesus is also depicted often uncircumcised as well in statues. I think it, yeah. and Jesus was at least born Jewish. Right. So it's kind of interesting. What is the current thought about circumcision? And with people who are having babies from say 18 to say 40 years old, 45 even, are they still doing circumcisions? Either not religious circumcisions in the Muslim religion or the Jewish religion, but across the board, are people in favor of circumcisions?
Mark, that's a great question. We've seen surveys both online, like YouGov did a survey on people's attitudes towards circumcision. Intaction has done its own surveys face-to-face with people where we sampled the population and asked them what their views are on circumcision. And consistently, the number we're seeing for people 18 to 40 is that 70% of them do not support circumcision. And in our own survey, we specifically we asked him again, if you had a son today, would you circumcise him? Almost 70% said no, they would not.
And of course, we talked about this earlier in the show, that people aren't having as many kids as they did at one point. Daryl, did you have something to pop in there?
No.
Oh, okay. You moved into the mic. That's why I asked that.
That's because we have a minute, 12 seconds left.
Gotcha. All right. Well, our guest is Anthony Losquadro. He's the founder and director of Intaction, and you can find out more information at intaction.org. That's INTACTION.org, intaction.org. And, of course, you'll find some more information at latenighthealth.com, latenighthealth.com. Next week, I think, or the week after, we're going to do a short segment with a rabbi just to find out the ritual aspect of circumcision, just to be kind of give both some, to blend it, if you will, give both sides. Anthony and I will be back with the insane Daryl Wayne. I'm Mark Alyn. Join us at latenighthealth.com. Also on Facebook, facebook.com/latenighthealth. That's Late Night Health Radio. Facebook.com/latenighthealthradio. I'm Mark. I'll be back in just a couple of moments.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.
There's a lot of talk all over the internet about the remarkable benefits of Carbon-60, and baby boomers are especially excited about it. Greska's Carbon-60 is the premium Carbon-60, developed by an aerospace and NASA scientist. 95% of Greska's customers report positive results from this Nobel Prize-winning technology in just 4 days. Imagine more energy, better health, and more vitality. It's very bioavailable to quickly mend toxin-crippled cells. This is a super powerful antioxidant. Bob Greska is so confident that you'll love his Carbon-60, he wants to send you a bottle at 50% off the regular price to see how life-changing this will be for you. Call 720-600-6040. That's 720-600-6040. Visit c-60.com to learn more. Call 720-600-6040 now or visit c-60.com. Recently, I met Jacqueline from Bright here in Los Angeles. She gave me a hearing exam and then showed me how to hear again with the new Signia Pure Series hearing aids, and she can give you your life back too. I hear birds chirping, birds cooing, and even my wife. They easily connect to my smartphone. The Signia hearing aids are amazing, and with the charge and go, I don't have to fiddle with batteries and hear all day long. Not hearing is frustrating for you and your family. I know you don't have a problem, but trust me, call Bright Here now for a free hearing exam, a $125 value, yours free, just for making an appointment now. There are offices throughout the Los Angeles area. Call Bright Here now at 323-424-7100. That's 323-424-7100 for a free hearing exam. There's no obligation. Call now, 323-424-7100, or visit them on the web at brighthere.com.